Ah, heat signature. How I love to hate you. I'll admit, the hatred is probably just because of how much I don't like to lose characters, but doggone it, do I like to play hate signature. Up until that point. The game has some solid gameplay with a top-down camera, giving the best view of all the action. With great shooting and melee mechanics that are easy to pick up, similar to pretty much any other top-down shooter. But Heat Signature beautifully separates itself from the others in the genre with the amount of choice and utilities and weapons in the game. As mentioned before, you have melee and ranged weapons, but do you want to wield a long blade for reach, but with a slow recharge rate? Or maybe you just can't stand the time between kills and want to up close and personal. Sadly, the non-lethal melee weapons are much more limited and linear. An upgrade from a wrench with a slow cooldown to a fast cooldown concussion hammer, which, given the name, may be way more lethal than advertised. The ranged weapons also have the same choices, where you can pick different styles of weapon with different ranges, fire rates, spreads, and levels of lethality. Ranged weapons do tend to have less trade-offs as you get farther into the game. Now, it may seem like I exaggerated the amount of items in the game, and maybe there's some truth in that, but the amount of utilities helps extend the amount of builds you can pull off. Teleporters have different varieties, key cloners, long-ranged hacking tools, different flavors of shield allow the player to get down and dirty in whatever wacky playstyle they can come up with. The game even allows you for you to go pacifist and never hurt a soul. With pickpocketing and a stealth shield, you can finally live your wildest dreams being Catwoman, slipping between guards and forcing them to drop their key cards from their filthy little pocketses. Even if you fail, it's a roguelike. Try again with a new, less dead, character. The game has a limitation mechanic built into it to prevent you from using the character too long anyway. Might as well throw them out this window to finish the assassination mission. You may be asking yourself, how can being forced, more or less, to start a new character not be annoying? But I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Heat Signature is built around this mechanic. Your characters get overpowered faster and faster and faster, and it feels great. If I pretend I don't cry every time I don't retire one. Speaking of which, that's a mechanic as well. Much like most other roguelikes, you can pass on items that you achieve from one character to another, though it does lock items away behind RNG, whether you find them in a box or in a store or on a character that was trained by your previous. You can receive items from other people as well, however I've never personally seen it. The music in the game is alright. It fits the feeling of outer space and action of sweeping through a ship and giving all the guards forceful naps. I just find the limited amount of tracks can get repetitive, so you may want to bring your own music your second or third or fourth galaxy around. The other sounds are quite pleasant though, with all the sound effects of slamming a totally non-lethal hammer into the skulls of your enemies, giving them a satisfying thud, and a ting as they dent the wall behind them. The ship's engines are pretty bland and basic, but they don't need to be fancy with how little time you'll spend listening to them thanks to the fast forward button. That's another thing that separates this game from most others. Time control is completely in your hands. If that guard is taking too long to get down the corridor, just hold one button and you'll find himself flinging forward like he's running for the Space Taco Bell bathroom. Or maybe you just got caught with your short blade in the wrong guard and need to rethink your strategy on how to get out of the situation. The game slows down in combat automatically, and you can pause it altogether if you really need time to think or switch weapons. The pausing isn't like Skyrim either. The menu is very simple, and you click two buttons and you've switched everything you've got equipped. Overall, Heat Signature looks, plays, and sounds pretty great, especially if you don't need to get a funeral for every freelancing mercenary you play. I still miss Thor. But at least I still got this cool hammer. The only real issue I have is with the game come down to me finding myself playing the same build over and over again, and raging every time a character dies, which are both just me problems. Otherwise, if you like blowing up planets and clearing spaceships for money, this may be the game for you.